What's up, everybody? Chief Visionary Officer, Mr. Wayne Nugent. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Call to Succeed live stream for tonight. We literally just celebrated our 10-year anniversary celebration in Vegas with the top leadership, and it's awesome. But we're going to do it with everyone coming up here in January, guys. And first of all, we want to welcome you to the World Ventures. If you're here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to the Call to Succeed family. We're glad that you're here. We know that we want to be good stewards of your hopes and dreams. And this is the captain of the ship right here. And guys, it is a huge pleasure for us to have Mr. Wayne Nugent, founder of World Ventures, Chief Visionary Officer, Mr. Wayne Nugent. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
I'm happy to, bud. Anytime I get a chance to hang out with my buddy Jefferson.
Yeah, and the whole world too, right?
Well, for all the right reasons.
Yeah, right. So here's what we're gonna do. I wanted to put this live stream together for several different reasons. Number one, I think that it's important that we always give some great nuggets of training every Monday night when we do this. But also, there's going to be a lot of people watching this right now as well as in the future. New family members that join and members that join every single day for decades and decades to come. And so I wanted to kind of do an informal type of conversation interview, so you guys get a chance to get to know Wayne a little bit more, and also about why he started this company. Because it's funny. One of the questions I get a lot is, "Oh man, this sounds too good to be true," right? But Wayne always told me that's not a good enough reason to stop believing, right? And so Wayne, why did you create this? And why did you create it in that fashion so people? I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead. You were talking about that. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So why did really we create World Ventures? Didn't do anything by myself in the past. I still to this day I don't do anything by myself. Everything I've done or accomplished or want to accomplish, I've always been able to do with other people. I've always just tried to play my part. Thank God I have friends like Jefferson. We joke with each other because we are such good friends. And there's a video on the internet about the lone nut, then there's the first follower. And so Jefferson and I watched that video with a lot of affection, because I'm the lone nut out there.
He's out there dancing.
Out there dancing. But he's the first follower, that catches the same vision. And we go around and just, build the team, make more friends, people that see what we see and want to accomplish in life what we want to accomplish in life. But
So this year we're going to finish out about $650 million in revenue, thanks to all the teams and everybody around the world, telling the story of World Ventures, and we thank you guys for that. But so then, as far as projections are concerned, we're on track to hit that $1 billion mark, which isn't the goal; it's just a checkpoint for Wayne and all of us in 2016. But do you think, did you think it would get this big? I mean.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about what you were thinking in your head, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's with a lot of gratitude and humility that, honestly, I have to say yes. Do I expect us to be $1 billion a year company? Yes. Did I think it would happen sooner, actually? Yes. I see right now how after our event in Orlando in January that we'll be on track to be a $4 billion a year company. And then with the things that I've already have developed, and then the things that we are in the process of developing.
Now, guys, when you heard that $4 billion, that doesn't mean we are going to hit $4 billion. It's not. We did hit $4 billion. That's what he's saying that the goal is and what we're going to do. So don't post any crazy numbers out there.
Yeah, your outer world's a reflection of your inner world. I'm just telling you what's going on in the inner world. It's already a foregone conclusion. So yes, I see how we go from where we're at right now to being a $1 billion a year company. It's just a given, right? We're so close to that already. And then, but based on the things that we've already funded and developed and starting to roll out in Orlando in January, how that positions us to be a $4 billion a year company. But within 5 years, I honestly believe we'll be able to be a $10 billion a year company. So the people who know me know I don't have like a money goal. I have a creation goal. I'm just telling you what I think the financial report card will look like within the next really 2 years for 4 billion, and 2 to 3 years, and then within 5 years 10. And I know that that's hyper, growth, and there's no hyperbole there. I'm not a a hype kind of a guy. I know what we're developing. It's beyond planning. I know what we're funding. I know the team that we have in place and their capabilities. And so that's the plan. You gotta, in business, you have to have projections. And so whenever you expect to grow that way based on your ideas, the alignment you have with your team, and then your ability to execute, obviously we're going to need a growing army of leaders around the world. And I think that's what this is about, is Jefferson, connecting and touching base with you and just saying, it's up to you to want to learn. It's up to you to want to grow. And we're just saying, we see the need for your growth. This is what we're doing on our end of it, and you shouldn't wait for that to happen. You should be growing now, so that when it does happen, you're prepared, to meet it. And so I don't know. In a way, that's our advice. In a way, that's our request. For us, we're just so in the groove of learning and growing. It's just our job. I mean, for us, learning and growing is just a part of our everyday job.
It's our job.
Yeah,
right.
It's our nature.
Yeah, and there's a lot of you. Obviously, you're on this live stream. There's a lot of you that are like that too. But we can't stop, and that's the key thing. Is in order for us to go $1 billion and beyond, we need you. We need you to be your best self and to duplicate that amongst your teams. And so I think we can't stress that enough.
Yeah, so again, it's not the money goal, it's the creation goal. The money's the byproduct. But when you are running something of that size, to put a number on it, at the core of it is the people, and the leadership. And you're the foundation. And, a part of my biggest job is being a good steward, of the company. Our job is to try and grow the leadership around us and grow the foundation of the company, the strength of the foundation. And I do, yes, you watching and listening to this presentation, that says a lot about you. So for that, you're to be commended that at least you're on the path. And so we definitely need you to think big with us. We need you to think long-term with us. Join in the excitement of the creative juice, that it takes to make that dream into a reality. I mean, you'll be able to reflect back on it and remember the invitation, where Wayne and Jefferson asked you to be visionary with us. So, as the chief, visionary officer, I'm always looking for people and asking people, to be visionary with me. Jefferson, God bless him, was just inclined that way. I mean, he's a very positive, optimistic, guy. He was ready to jump in and always be a part, of the future and creating the future.
Well, I think one thing too, guys, is talking about visionary is there's people out there that you guys have just joined, or maybe you've been in for a few months, and you're kind of wondering, man, is this company going to be around? Is Wayne going to sell would Wayne ever sell the company? And we just had that question that was asked earlier in another meeting. Mm-hmm. And so why don't you just share, what is your whole philosophy behind that?
Yeah, so first what I'd like to say about that is, don't ever consider yourself like a number. You know, like you're not just like a number in the database, and here it is years later, and you don't matter or something. We don't see it that way. You, we were talking about how I'm always just in awe, you know, of God's creation, how we're all different from one another. We have like this different thumbprint, fingerprint. But whenever I go to like this, you know, big event, like we got, you know, over 21,000 people coming to Orlando.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's like almost twice as big as any event we've ever had.
Yeah, so it's easy for you to feel like inside yourself, inside your own head, it's easy for you to say to yourself, you know, I'm just a number, or I just blend in, or I'm just a part of a crowd, or something like that. And it's like, no, that's not the way we see it. I recognize how everybody at every rank, at every level, paycheck or no paycheck, adds something unique. You know, your presence matters. And I've seen so many people, you know, start out where for every one of us, at some point it was our day one. You know, it was our first day. It was our limited skill or limited knowledge or limited results. But man, look at what we've all turned into now. You know, it's the same for you. And it just, you know, just the thought of somebody thinking small and playing small pains me. You know, again, you're taking the time out to watch a video like this. There's a certain amount of respect and gratitude that goes along with it, and then, but I see it in the future. I know if you watch this video and you watch the next one and you go to the event and you do this, you're just on this path that you're going to be a leader in the company. And I'm just telling you, we recognize the need always for those kind of leaders. But it does come with time. You know, anybody who can appreciate a video like this and taking the time out of whatever you're doing right now to watch a video like this, you got choice. You can either watch this TV show or watch this, and you're choosing to watch this. So it already says a lot about you. So now we're just trying to reinforce that and say, awesome, you know, you're on the path. Now do more of that faster.
So, okay, so we have so many people this is their first company. There's people that this has been their fifth company.
So yeah, so let me answer that. So
yeah.
The idea of selling, it's like, why? You know, sell and do what? I don't
travel with your friends. You're already doing that.
I don't have a money goal. I have a creation goal, and so much of the creation is really about you. I don't even know you, but it is about you. I've never wanted success for just me. I've never wanted success for just my family, like my wife, my daughter. I've always envisioned success for me, my family, yes, my friends, but then other people we don't even know yet that like our idea, that buy into our idea, like you. I mean, I'm all about building something that outlasts me, that survives long after I'm gone. I mean, dead. You know, I don't know I'm gonna die. I don't want to die, but I definitely want to build something that outlasts me, that is for people. Mm-hmm. You know, that's good for people. Mm-hmm. So that's the goal. That's the intention. That's what I expect. And fortunately, I've got so many good friends and people I love and trust that there's so many people that are capable of running this whole thing. And but we're building something special. Why would we build something so special and then want to sell it or cash out or anything like that? That just doesn't figure into our logic.
Yeah, I mean, because the average business person, they go to school and they learn about, okay, this is exit strategy. Well, what exits? Well, we're not trying to exit anything. We're trying to live life, and he's built us a vehicle that we can just actually live. I mean, he's taught me and a lot of us how to just live a life, you know?
And I don't ever make decisions, you know, without my family and without my friends. And my friends are my family, you know, that's how it feels. And so I have so much care for them, and they trust me, and so they don't want that. They don't want me to go make a decision without them. So we're so in communication, you know, all along the way, that I would just never make a decision like that by myself. I've got too many corporate team up here that are family that I care about, that I made promises to. I got too many people like this that I made promises to. We know what we're trying to create together. That's why it's so enjoyable. That's why we like going to work every day, because we know we're building something together. And in a way, you're being invited into that. You have to perform. We can't just give that to everybody, but it's not about it. There's no limit. Unlike a traditional job, right, where there's only one CEO, or unlike a sports team where there's only so many players on a team for so many cities, right? This is unlimited. I mean, we can have IMDs all over the world, and yes, when somebody joins us, when they just like the idea that we're putting together here and they join us, and there's the vote of confidence that's there, we're really appreciative of that. If they haven't made their first check yet, if they haven't been on a dream trip yet, if they don't have rank or anything, we don't care. We're the kind of people, we remember when it was our first day, and we want to help you. It's like we're excited that you like us and like our idea.
And we wanted to belong to something like that's bigger than us. Like you do.
That's where fulfillment comes from. So when somebody's first coming in, I think it appears like, there's words like greed and stuff, that come up for people. Why would somebody want to help me? Well, it's in giving that we receive. I know us, the knowledge that we've acquired through the years, whenever we give it to you, and we don't even know you, and we just met you, it's in giving that we receive. We expect the best outcome. We think that you're actually going to learn, that you're actually going to grow, and that you're actually going to produce, and you're actually going to, help people around you. And all of a sudden, we're going to know we had a hand in that. You're thanking us. This is a card, that is sitting right here on my desk, says thank you. This is from an employee, and he had his baby, and and we care about him, and he's saying thank you. This was just sitting here. I just opened it, but it's nice. We're nice to each other. We help each other. So you're kind of joining that kind of a business. Isn't that nice? Isn't that cool? Isn't that what we want when it comes to business?
Exactly. And the thing is that there's so many choices out there. I mean, you've talked about this many times over the years. If there was a table, and there had all these different companies' products on the table, and then you had ours.
Yeah.
And if we got to them first,
yeah.
They
would choose us. Yeah.
Because what people don't understand is what we have. It's like we're all 16-year-old teenagers on the block, and we all have a red Ferrari, but you might not understand it until you go.
Yeah, get good at something worth getting good at. Okay, this is worth getting good at. Start with the end in mind. When I meet you, again, just because the nature that you signed up, just because the nature you're watching a video, it's like I expect you to succeed, and odds are you probably succeed at other things too, not just this, because it's just in you. The first step to success, I think, in life is being open-minded. So obviously you were open-minded to look and listen from a friend about this that led you to here to watch this, and so again, I think you're on this path, and that already separates you from the masses. But I expect you to succeed. So if I imagine you succeeding, and I think if you succeed at anything, you'll succeed at anything. Yes, I do expect you to succeed here. So what does success here look like? I think if you succeed here, you're not looking for something else to go do now. I'm going to do this, I'm going to make a bunch of money, then I'm going to do something else. I don't see that. All our leaders, they have that time freedom, they have the money, they have all the success, they can afford to go do other things. So many people have this idea of retirement. Here our top leader, retire and do what? Like you're asking me, sell and do what? Or you'd have to retire from traveling. You'd have to retire from hanging out with your friends, because that's the nature of our product. We're in the travel business, food and entertainment, even shopping around the world, to a large degree, falls into the category of our product. So it's always just fun. It's always just social. So if you can imagine yourself succeeding, if you get to the top of that, and all of a sudden now you're traveling around the world for free, staying in the world's best hotels and doing all the most fun stuff and eating at the best restaurants in the world, would you want to quit? Would you want to retire from that?
Nope.
Just the notion would seem crazy, wouldn't it? So yeah.
So here's something. I get this question every once in a while because people in the past have seen companies, travel companies that have tried to do a direct sales model, and they ask, what's the difference between us and these other companies that have come around in the past? Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. On the surface, we make it look easy, like all great things, but there's a lot going on, behind the scenes. And this has been 20 years in the making, and literally tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars invested. It's a lot harder to do what we do than people think. But we're unique and we're proprietary. You can't just knock this off. And so there'll be people that try and have tried, through the years. But it's hard to point to anybody because there's no clear second place. There's nobody even within view. And I'm not saying that to challenge anybody. I'm just saying that it's rare when there's something like that's that unique, that special, that hard to come along and compete with. There's a big barrier to entry. I really am just grateful that through the years we've been able to learn a lot, attract a lot of the right people, put together a great team, execute on the vision. But
those past companies, they were basically, trying to sell a travel
card
agent.
mills.
Yeah. A card mill, they call them card mills, and basically hey, give me $500 and I'll give you a travel agent ID card, and that's the past. And they only got so big, and they kind of took from the travel industry. They didn't really give.
Yeah. Yeah. So we try and work with the travel industry and with our suppliers and send them new business. We don't try and cannibalize their business from one, company to the next or website to the next. It's like we want to generate new travelers, get people traveling more often than they normally would. And we've been able to do that. We've been able to measure that, but it is legitimate group travel. But when we have our core values, and we're inviting you into our company, and we have these set core values that breed a certain kind of person. A certain kind of person is attracted. Once they're attracted in, then there's core values. Okay, and then we're just like each other. We hold each other accountable to being good, fun, happy, adventurous people. It's just a certain fit. That too becomes a part, of the product. Because if you're going on a group trip and there's a group of people like that are just fun and friendly and adventurous and caring, all of a sudden, it's a great trip. And I don't know, it makes for a great opportunity. I like to travel with those kind of people, but I like to work with those kind of people. I like to be in business with those kind of people. So it makes it hard to separate or make the distinction between work and play. And I think a lot of people want that. I think a lot of people are longing for that. Who wants to feel like I'm at work, and then feel like I'm at play? Wouldn't it be just better if I enjoyed my work so much that I felt like I was playing? And wouldn't it be great that I'm playing, but it's actually work too? It's just an odd thing for most people, and so that's why, like you said earlier, it just sounds too good to be true. And we've heard that for so many years. But I've always joked around with Jefferson. I said, yeah, I'd rather have the deal that sounds too good to be true than the deal that sounds true but sucks. Like that sounds true, but it sucks. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, right.
This sounds too good to be true. Well,
yeah, you flipping hamburgers over here. Well, that's true and it sucks. I don't want to do it.
I know.
Nothing wrong with flipping burgers. I mean, I did that back in the day too. But
yeah,
I mean,
did all kinds of jobs.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of jobs we could bring up right now that sound true, but do you really want to do them?
Right. Exactly.
And so the fact that this one is so good that it doesn't sound true. It's that good by design, because we use our God-given creative brain and said, yeah, if you're going to be able to put together, kind of like the perfect job, perfect opportunity, perfect company, perfect what would that look like? Mm-hmm. And so when that's what you're striving for, yeah, the end result, the odds are, yeah, it's going to sound too good to be true. So then you just dig a little deeper and you just look for more and more evidence and you talk to more and more people and you come to find out, wow, you know, it really is like that. So are we perfect? No. Do we want to be? Yeah. But, you know, perfect is God, and we strive for excellence. And I've never been a part of a company, a perfect company, and we're not, and we're not promising to be.
Yeah, it's not run by robots. It's run by human beings.
Yeah,
you know,
we want to be. I tell you,
robots.
we care. The truth is, we care. We care about your name and your reputation. You know, if you're going to go out there and do the job, and you're going to go tell other people about this, you know, in a way, you really are putting your name on the line. You're putting your reputation on the line. But here, you have people that actually care about that, respect the fact that you're doing that. We started out the same way. We had to put our name on the line. We always had to say to people, trust me.
So speaking of that, earlier we were chatting with a couple of gentlemen earlier, and you were talking about kind of what you say before you give the presentation, because people have that sales wall up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because I think a lot
this
of
is
people,
not a sales pitch. This is very genuine, very authentic.
You got to hear this. This is gold right here.
I did it for years. You know, I'd meet people at IHOP, you know, on their lunch or wherever on their lunch break. This was before Starbucks was real popular.
I know, right? Gotta go to IHOP. There's no Starbucks.
I know, but then now Starbucks.
Right.
And so I'd be introduced, like Jefferson would edify me. That's how you're supposed to do a 2-on-1 presentation.
You're edifying your third party, your upline, whatever that is. Yeah.
And I would always show up, and you know, you dress for success. Back then, I even wore a suit and tie, if you can believe it. And but always look nice at least. And so people have this pressure. You know, they feel like they're about to be sold or something. And I would always start out and let them know, hey, look, you know, people see me coming, they think like salesman, like he's gonna sell me something. So like, I don't see myself that way. I see myself as a messenger. And I always say, you know, let me show you this. And, you know, if you like it, you know, thank the messenger. If you don't like it, you know, just don't kill the messenger. Just shoot the messenger. And so I'm joking, but I'm serious too, because there's different forms of selling, I guess is where this came from. There's some selling that is kind of like, you know, high pressure. And I'm going to sell to you, and I'm going to close you. And that's like a goal, and that's like the attitude. And mine's just not that way. I have a philosophy that's consultative selling, which means I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain this and inform you about this, and make you knowledge about this.
Educate them, yeah.
And educate you. And if you like it, if it clicks with you, if it resonates with you, yes, then by all means, feel free to choose to buy. But I'm not going to sell at you or sell to you, you know, for my gain. If you see the same thing that we see, if your light bulb goes off the way ours went off, and you like what you see, and you see the benefits of, you know, teaming up in life on something good and positive and productive, not just for us, but for people, then by all means, please ask more questions, or please go ahead and join, or whatever. But worst case, let's say for some reason you don't want to join, or not right now, then that's okay. Got no problem with that. Just glad you looked. And that's usually my promise before the presentation. And worst case scenario is you're gonna at least be glad you know about this. Whether you do it or not, you'll at least be glad you know about it. And then later on in life, if something changes, you know, there could be a bad economy, there could be layoffs again, you know, you get fired, you get yelled at, you could get hurt, there's all kinds of things in life that could change that all of a sudden make you want to go back and go, man, I remember meeting those guys, I remember hearing about that thing, you know, yeah, I'm ready to join now. Especially if, I'll usually just ask for 2 things after a presentation. It won't bother me if you want to join or not. We're still friends. I still love you. No problem. I just wanted to be the first person who ever showed it to you, okay? Because you're going to start hearing about this from a lot of other people besides me. And that's true. The way we're growing out in the world, that's true. And so I just ask them, you know, if you ever do change your mind and you ever do decide to join, will you promise to do it with me? And I ask for that promise. And then I say, would you mind if I kept you updated along the way?
Now that's if they said no. So that kind of keeps your foot in the door to
Yeah.
always update them, because you know every quarter.
And it puts pressure on you to go out there and continue to do the job and perform.
Exactly, because when you come back with them with an update, things are going better for you, and we always have new things to share after events and stuff.
If you're doing the 3 basic things over and over and over again, build the list, set the appointment, show the plan. Build the list, set the appointment, show the plan. Build the list, set the appointment, show the plan. Over and over and over, faster and faster, better and better. If you're nailing those basics, every time you update them this month and next month and next month, you're keeping your name in front of them. You're doing it in a very friendly and polite way. And odds are at some point in the future, they change their mind and want to join you, okay? And you ask permission up front to keep them updated. And you're not doing it in a salesman-y, pushy, kind of way. And that was always my promise to Jefferson as his friend and mentor and upline and all that. He felt confident edifying me that if I go show this to his friends and family or whoever he met and put in front of me, he trusts me. He trusted it was going to work out.
Yeah, that he wouldn't make me look stupid.
That I wouldn't embarrass him. I'm going to be
Yeah.
professional. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be passionate. I believe in what I have here and what we could do together, not what I'm going to do with or without you, and all this. But I have a vision for this person that we're showing, a vision that we could travel together, a vision that we could work together. Because I always said, only invite 2 kinds of people. People that you'd want to travel with or people you want to be in business with. There's a compliment in there.
Yeah.
There's a compliment in there. So when I'm his mentor and I'm training him on who to invite, and I say, out of all the people you know and all the people you meet, look for 2 kinds of people. People that you like hanging out with, you like their attitude, their personality, you'd love to be on travel with them. That's a compliment. And then number 2, that you respect and admire them when it comes to business and leadership. And so now if he introduces me to somebody, and he edified me before I got there, and then I'm telling this person, let me tell you the way I trained him, which has only put me in front of people that are open-minded, that want to travel or good at business or business-minded anyway. And in that, there's an automatic built-in compliment.
Yep. So they feel special because
this is why we want you. I mean, we're not. We want you on our team. We'd rather have you on our team in this than doing anything else. That's the truth. Okay, we'll be honest about that.
And one thing I want to add too is you want to be that third party or upline or crossline or whatever, whoever you're helping. You want to be that person that's edifiable, right? Because just because they're asking you to help, you have to be edifiable. What does that mean? Well, you need to be able to walk your talk and be able to produce results and not embarrass people and be able to really treat them with respect and honor people, because there is a way to challenge people, but not where it disrespects them.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Like don't ever make other people wrong for their decision, because God gave them free will. Okay, it's their life. It's their choice. It's their money. Okay, you might not agree with their choices in life or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not your life. It's their life. So you always have to respect people, for that. And our job is just to go show them this before somebody else shows them something else.
Right.
Because I honestly do believe that this is better. I honestly do believe that there's lots of companies out there and lots of different opportunities out there.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, a second ago I went like this. That's because we're here late at the office and the janitors were coming in to try to clean the room. I was like, no, we're doing a live stream. So anyways.
We're not finished.
Yeah.
We're not finished making it dirty.
Yeah, man, we got to make it more dirty. No, I'm just kidding.
Make a mess.
Yeah. So as we kind of round out here, there's people that are watching here, our friends and family that are part of the family here, that maybe they've hit a plateau. Maybe they're stuck, at a certain spot. So what would you share? What would you say to them?
Like what I did is I studied the income statistics in America according to the government, right? The U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics and the U.S. Census Bureau. You can go Wikipedia this, and you'll see. Now I've been studying this for 20 years, and back then I could see that the middle class was pulling apart. I could see that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. So there's only 100%. right? So this number at this end is growing, and this number at this end is growing. Where does that? So that means it has to come from somewhere. Where's it coming from? The middle. So the middle class, even 20 years ago, was being pulled apart. That's only accelerated. So with that knowledge, with that awareness, with that data, what you have to decide is, do I want to be in this group, the growing rich group, or do I want to be in this group, the growing poor group? But you have to make a choice because it's pulling apart. And I chose I want to be in the rich group. Now we vilify the rich. There's class envy, there's class warfare, but the rich people I know, they didn't just get it by ill-gotten means. You know, it's like we say, the guy on top of the mountain didn't fall there. Okay, the successful people I know, the rich people, they climbed the mountain. And there's a certain mindset and heart set and skill set and everything that goes with climbing the mountain. Now, I choose people. I choose people like that. That's who I want to hang around with and work with. I don't discount anybody else. If somebody's poor, we're equal in God's eyes. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I don't think anybody's better than me either. You know, it's just, are you willing to play the game by the rules that they're giving us? And the rules they're giving us, they're saying, look, if you aspire to have a nicer car, if you aspire to go on better trips and stay in better hotels, if you aspire to eat at better restaurants, if you aspire to use better shampoo than the cheap shampoo and stuff like that, then yeah, it's going to take more money. If you aspire to do what the Bible says and leave your kids, you know, generational wealth, you know, if you listen to that and that matters to you, you better have a plan, you better have a strategy, all that kind of stuff. And so here we just have some dynamics, you know, that work, you know, that aren't available to most of us in the traditional, you know, business world. You know, two of my favorite things, you know, you got to have leverage and residual. So leverage comes from leadership. Okay, so you're gonna have to learn to be a leader so that you can have some followers, okay, or mentor and mentees and things like that. And the best students become the best teachers, and the best followers become the best leaders. But the Bible says, above all things, pray for wisdom. Well, that comes from humility. Are you humble enough to follow? Are you humble enough to be teachable? Jefferson is a prime example of that. I mean, this guy was so humble, always a positive guy, always a goal-driven guy, but humble and teachable. And from that, through all these years, year after year after year, he's just grown and grown and grown, more and more wisdom, and to now he's just like this phenomenal worldwide author, leader, coach, trainer, friend, everything, husband, father. I mean, but that didn't happen overnight by accident. I mean, he made that happen on purpose, and those principles are timeless.
I had to borrow some lunch money every once in a while back in the day.
Yeah, but I'm willing to invest my lunch money in him. You know what I'm saying?
I get a foot-long Subway sandwich, cut it in half. That's lunch and dinner. You know, that kind of stuff. You know,
really, I watched him come from, you know, living at home with his mom, you know, when I met him, and really great mom, you know, and
hey, that's hard for the dating scene. You know, I was 20 years old. You know,
Matt, same thing.
Matt Morris living at home with his mom. You know. Hey, so if you're not here, so here's the solution. If you're not doing well, move back home with your mom, live with her for a while, and then you'll just take off.
We love our moms.
We love moms.
But seriously, I mean, you know, that's happening more and more nowadays, I think. But
yeah.
But the point is that's not what matters. What matters is, how do you feel about yourself? I mean, do you have some self-esteem? Do you have some hunger inside of you? Are you ambitious, you know, but not greedy? You know, are you humble and teachable? From that can come wisdom, and from wisdom comes the gold. You know, I mean, the Bible says, above all things, pray for wisdom, not gold. If you pray for wisdom, you'll get the gold.
That's right.
But in order to have wisdom, you got to have humility. Not be all proud and arrogant and think you know it all, because, you know, then pride cometh before the fall. So this is all very simple stuff, but most people just don't really understand how these dynamics are so doggone real.
You know, I think it's just a really cool thing that we're able to spend time, and all of us together, and be able to hear him, hear his heart, And as we wind down here, Wayne, once again, thanks for your time, buddy. Is there a question maybe that I haven't asked you that they need to know about, or something that I haven't asked you, that some information they need to know? Is there anything on your mind or heart that you want to share as we part ways here tonight?
I really think the most important thing is that you're finding a company that cares. Okay, that we started, probably where you're at, and I mean, I've been really poor, then I've been middle class and rich and very rich. Okay, so I've been the whole spectrum, and having money doesn't make you better, but not having it doesn't make you better either. You know what I'm saying? It's neutral. Money's not positive. It's not negative. It's just neutral. Okay. What matters is that it's about you. And again, you're on this path, but you need to know that you are with a very unique, very special company, where the people up here, the employees, care. Why? Because that's the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who doesn't have a servant leadership mentality, if they don't care, if they're not passionate about what they're doing, they're not going to be here. It's not like we don't have to fire people or whatever, because we hire the right people. Like in the movie Miracle, it says, we're not looking for the best players. We're looking for the right players. And that's the same thing that's going on up here. We're looking for the right people to be on the team up here. And the right people are the ones that care about you. They respect the risk that you're taking. It feels like it's very low risk, very high reward. There's not much risk, but in a way you're kind of risking your time that you're going to put in. You're risking your credibility, your relationships, your whatever. But once you know that you're with a company and a team of people that care, well, now it's so minimal, risk. What we're looking for is partnership. We're looking to partner in life, not just for the short term, not just where you earn a few commission checks and are gone, off personals, or take a dream trip, one dream trip or two dream trips. We want you to be with us long term, and that's who I'm closest to and have the best friendships with, are the people that joined us and got excited about it and stayed close to what we call the campfire, which is either training events or trips that we go on or whatever, and it's just proximity, right? We're around each other, so we're able to feed off each other and learn from each other and support one another, and then we just grow together, and then we have years and years of memories together, and I really think that's what you're being invited into. And I don't know of another, I hesitate to say I don't know of another company like that, but I really don't. I mean,
That's why you had to create it.
Of any kind. I know.
We looked around for years.
Never started this company out of greed, or I wanted like to feed my ego or to feed my pocketbook. Okay, started this company because this is the company I wanted to join, but it didn't exist, and I kept trying to give it away, the knowledge, the people, the relationships. Other people I even offered to pay for it and fund it, and you can own it 100%.
But they didn't see it all the way. They didn't see it all the way through.
Jefferson and I always did, and here it is, man. Here it is. Years later, 10 years later, and it exists. The dream has become reality. Yes, it's what we envisioned. This is not an accident.
And we're
this
part
is
of,
not by mistake.
And we're part
we
of
did
history.
Not get lucky.
Yeah, and you're part of history. We're part of history because of you sticking forth. Because I mean, guys, there were times. I remember this one time. I don't know if you remember this. We were in Vegas, and you were hoping hoping Mr. Neely would invest in. And so Wayne was literally, we're at a restaurant, me and Wayne. And he's like, man, I wish somebody would invest in me. And he was frustrated. And the thing is there were so many times he could have quit. And if he would have quit any of those times, I wouldn't be here. All of us wouldn't be here. I don't know what we'd be doing. And so we just appreciate you, dude, for sticking with it and just seeing it through. Because, I mean, once again, there were times, guys, that we would do like a 2-on-1 presentation, and he would go to the bathroom, and the people that I was meeting with, or they asked me, they go, "Is that guy really real? Is he weird? Is he crazy?" Like, they honestly were asking me if he was crazy, and the answer is hell yeah, like in a good way though.
They would
you know
ask,
what I'm saying?
They would. I remember someone asked, "Is he really that happy?"
I know. It's like, I was like, really? And I'm used to it, but they weren't used to it. They weren't used to his vibration and how his frequency and how he was operating. But you guys are, and that's why we're all finding each other right now. And we're making history together, guys. You know, this is decade one.
Again,
Never done.
I'm only doing my part.
Yeah.
You know, this is so big. I mean, there's so much going on, and yeah, I'm the chief visionary officer, and I have ideas that I work with the team on, and I work with the field on, and we make those things happen. But I'm grateful to every new person that joins, because you're the foundation expanding.
Yeah.
You're the future expanding.
And it's our job, and I'm talking to you guys, to lift him up, because he's gonna tell us where to go. He's the visionary, but we have to keep on executing out in the field.
I pray for y'all. Pray for me too.
We got to pray for Wade every night, man, every night, because we're doing this together.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all your efforts, man. You know, and we appreciate you. And the whole world's going to see this. You know, the recording of this after it's broadcasted tonight. So, good times, man. Good times. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Forgive our silliness, our goofiness. You know, we're friends, and I go on these dream trips and always have to tell people, you have permission, you know, to exercise your silly muscles.
That's right.
You know.
Hey, by the way, we're drinking Fiji water, which is where the RMD trip's going to be at. That's going to be pretty cool. If you don't know what RMD is, you have to find out.
So,
all right, guys.
Bring us all your silly people.
Yes. We'll see you later.
Your good, fun, silly people. Bye.
Look at that. Late hours at the office.
Hey, but when you love what you do,
that's right.
When work is a pleasure, life is a joy. When you do what you love, the money will come.
Yeah.
When you love what you do, you never work.
But what
a
if
day
you
in
love
your
the
life.
roller skate? Like, can you get? I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're being stupid, Eric. Anyway, all right. See you guys later.